All right, traders, to watch this video for Thursday, May 10th. Nice day in the SPY today. Pretty strong move. I'll switch to 5-minute candles in case you weren't trading today just to show you. Total chop fest. Looked like we were going down, heading back down and basically came close filling a gap and then really kind of rallied the rest of the day. Teamwork was fantastic in chat again if you weren't there. A little screenshot of my best call today was OHGI. Over 80 cents. Sometimes, I don't generally trade the sub-dollar stuff, but this was a pretty nice little tight flag right there. Big seller at 80. That's why I called it over 80. And you can see what happened when that seller got taken out. Thing just ripped. And I know a lot of you got that today, so nice job. Here's what I'm watching for Thursday. This one's a little bit obscure, but you had a nice volume spike 4 days ago, nice volume spike today, and really it's kind of going sideways with highs around 240. With the recent reverse, well, I don't want to misspeak. Let's see. Reverse split back here. I guess somewhat recent. Reverse splitters tend to rip sometimes. I think this thing's got a tiny float. And I believe they make drones, if I'm not mistaken. So it's certainly interesting over this 250. I mean, we've really fallen pretty far. I'm showing you 60-minute candles here. And it's kind of chopping sideways. It certainly looks interesting over 250. And the volume 4 days ago and then again today, kind of compelling. This one might catch a nice bounce, so I want to watch it. It's a little bit of an obscure setup. Nothing pretty about that daily chart, so don't mistake that for me thinking it's a good-looking daily chart. But for a trade, we might get a nice setup. RGSE, what is it? California voted today to all new homes have to have solar panels or something like that. So it's big news for the solar players. I think RGSE, I think their biggest, at least somebody typed in chat the other day, their biggest customer base is California, I think. Don't quote me on that. Do your own research. Don't really care because I'm a trader, but it certainly had a nice move today. It went from a 98-cent low to a $1.64 high before settling in somewhere, in the middle of the range. Absolutely want to watch this one again tomorrow. IPWR, nice volume spike today, and kind of looks interesting over the $1.40 area. Had some big volume, I don't know, about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, something like that, and the volume's starting to come back in. If I switch to 5-minute candles, you can kind of see how big that volume was looking back several days. So something might be up there. Again, I'm not extremely bullish on this chart, but you do have great support below, and it is trying to curl up, and maybe today that volume means something. Who knows, right? AMDA, massive volume yesterday. Today certainly came back in after gapping up, closing near the lows. But I don't think the volume was lower today. I definitely what I'd like to see. Of course, in trading you don't always get what you want, right? But I'd like to see a little flush below $2 tomorrow. We might catch an intraday reversal down below 2. But I'm going to watch it nonetheless, no matter what, and see if we can get a low risk setup. Sears Holdings, SHLD, massive volume today on, I don't know, somehow working their tire service in conjunction with Amazon or to make it easier. I don't know the details, but certainly the market liked it, and big volume. Certainly has some supply up here around 350, but if you've been in a Sears in the last few years and you were a trader or an investor at all, you probably have your whole account short the company. So there's got to be a lot of shorts in this thing. Last time I was in a Sears, I think there were 3 or 4 salesmen sitting around a card table in the electronics section, watching TV, smoking cigars, and just playing poker. They didn't even look at me when I walked by. Think Smart Tech. Only Smart Tech was busy, from 40-year-old virgin. Anyway, you could see where Sears is kind of hurting. I was a lame attempt at humor there, but it literally kind of was like that last time I was in a Sears. The salesmen were just literally sitting around a table talking, laughing, and didn't even look at customers, which I thought was kind of amusing. All right, anyway, I want to watch that one, see if we can catch, maybe a short squeeze or a continuation of that short squeeze. RNN had the big pop 4 days ago, 3 days lower on declining volume. Certainly not in love with this one, and it has generally an average daily range that's pretty darn narrow. As a trader, I don't like that, but we'll keep it on watch. NFEC, I love this huge move back here, then a lower high, and then it went into kind of nothing for a while, and then you had this pop. Look at this, a few days ago, right there, popped and failed. So this one looks like that was just a lame breakout attempt, and it's probably going to go lower, and the next thing you know, the next day, it just rips higher, then an inside day, and then today closing above its open. So you kind of have stacked catalysts here. This high lower high today. Certainly looks good. There was a massive seller on the tape today at 220. We'll have to see if that seller shows back up tomorrow, but I kind of like it over today's high. I would say maybe over that 220. Again, I have no idea if that seller's going to be there tomorrow, but certainly worth watching over 220 just based on the chart. All right, AXON. I'll have to zoom in to show you why I like this one. So you had this big pop a few sessions ago that took it to basically $1.50. Then it looked like it was rolling over, and then today right back up. So I kind of like it over the 2-day high here. Over 135, it might retest 150, and maybe if it gets through 150, you could get a nice move there. So that one, and then lastly, I'm going to watch EARS, which again had this big spike and is kind of flagging now. Volume's fallen off the chart, so we'll see. I don't know. I'd like to see some volume come into that one before I get involved, but that's my watch list. Hopefully we'll find some nice gappers. Again, great teamwork if you were in chat today. If you weren't, the folks were on fire. There's a lot of good trades today, and we'll see everybody tomorrow. Have a good night.